This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, heart and soul of Liberia. This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Oh yeah, Monday morning, 15 minutes up to 8 o'clock. Good morning. Dewa na fuere on his show. On his outro. Buabie, Kagwama. This is the TBS, folks. Liberia's biggest breakfast show. Good morning. And I went to Grand Crew again, Kidman County this morning. And we right here to serve breakfast until 10 o'clock this morning. One Liberia. The love of liberty matters, yeah. Let justice be done to all. Good morning, Nimba. April 22nd is the by-elections. Good morning, Lofa. Grandmaster, good morning. Lepeni, I want to. When I come back to Nima Maka, I'll go in the minor. If possible, I do the Gio. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Rebels Maka Davis. Good morning to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia. Levi Azu, Fire Azu. Yes, Maka, good morning. Yes.
Yes, good morning, O'Neill. I'm very lively this morning.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Yes, I'm very lively this morning.
There go to your plan field. The man is back.
A lot of things are making me happy.
Okay.
So, yes, I'm very happy this morning.
Okay.
And let me say good morning to all my fans, my friends, my families, and especially the FCB family.
Okay.
You know, we're so happy this morning.
That's what the main thing. That come back to take back to read back. They Barcelona didn't do the CDC comeback.
I cannot come back CDC looking for. I come back to reclaim the 3 points.
Yes.
Yes. That's CDC looking for.
The football Barcelona played last night. That's what CDC was looking for. Come back.
So
to read back, to fall back.
So, you know, last year I posted and referred to Lamine Yamal as the future of football, and people say, you know, he's still young.
Yeah.
But what he is doing at the age of 17 is unimaginable.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, last night he proved again that he's a player at a very different level. Yes. I mean, when you see Lamine Yamal, even at the age of 17, Messi did not play football like that.
Messi played too.
At the age of 17?
And then he was wearing number 30.
At the age of 17, Messi did not.
That 19 he started to play.
What
19?
What Lamine Yamal is doing at the age of 17, Messi did not. Maybe Messi did not have the playing time.
That's what you must say.
Yes, I think so. But what that little boy is doing, I'm not comparing him to the GOAT anyway. But I am saying his future is bright.
Who's the GOAT? Ronaldo?
Who is Ronaldo?
The greatest of all
You're talking about somebody who I want
900. Y'all wait for politics. Y'all hold on.
Talking about somebody who I want World Cup. He say, I don't know people who I World Cup. Yeah, they go down. We World Cup. You don't make me very money. Don't spend my happiness.
Yeah. So President Burger was watching Arsenal game,
Mhm.
and the score was still 0-0. So Arsenal scored, then he said, "Yeah, you put down E Marshall."
Oh, you forgot?
He forgot. Yeah. He said, "They probably love football."
You thought I appointment?
So as Arsenal scored yesterday, yeah,
but
President Burger turned to Kula and said, "Yeah, you put down E Marshall."
yes, but I think it was a wonderful
Yeah,
weekend,
man.
and it's great for us to meet
Mhm,
again.
mhm. Great. I miss
Yes,
you. I miss you on Tuesday, Thursday, and
Thursday and
Friday.
Friday. Yes,
Yes.
so sometimes we have to do other things.
Your young friend David Coty was saying all kinds of things
Yeah,
about
they
you.
was saying all kind of things, but actually, my family lost our sister-in-law. Actually,
Okay.
yes,
Sincere sympathy, man.
yes, absolutely. Her burial was done over the weekend. Yes, but again, God is the greatest. We continue to move on, and I went to church yesterday to worship.
You pray for
again.
Liberia?
Yes, I pray. No, I didn't. To be frank, I don't want to lie. I didn't pray for Liberia. Yes,
You want wedding?
I don't want to lie. I did
Wow.
not
You pray for Liberia?
No, I did not pray for Liberia. I will not lie to anybody.
Why? Liberia, bro,
Well,
difficult.
look, let me tell you, I prayed for myself and my family and my friends. I did not pray for
You
Liberia.
pray for the police?
But some Liberia problem ever saying that Liberia holding himself back. I'm telling you, how can a small country with just less than 6 million people is endowed with gold, diamond, iron ore, timber, green forest,
The black sand.
fertile soil, the black sand,
Yeah.
eh?
They still be praying.
rock that can be used for construction.
Yes.
What do you want to pray for Liberia for again?
My brother need prayer.
I'm not praying for Liberia. Liberia will pray for himself.
Yes, man. Good morning. Let's do our morning motivation this morning. The function of education is to teach one to think intensely and to think critically. Yes, intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. To the Ghanaian parliamentarian speaker, that there are three separate branches of government and democracy is the rule of law. Hmm? The Supreme Court, please allow the legislature to handle what is going on at the House of Representatives. Bobby Bleeder Addison with our morning motivation this morning. Yes, the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. Yes, the last time we talked about education, George Bush gave Liberia 1 million. When he said, "I'm giving Liberia 1 million," everybody was clapping. He said 1 million books. And the whole North went down.
Yeah,
1 million books.
they tell you how Liberia love money.
They love money.
Yeah.
They love money. I want money. I want internet promo.
Yes.
Yeah, I want money.
I want money.
Let's see what your pay is there.
I want money.
I want money.
Give us Sibo.
Give us Sibo, yeah. I want money.
I want money. I want money.
They're
You're
really-
facing a road.
it's a bad dream.
You're doing good. As you are facing this road, it's like I'm bereaved.
What?
Yeah. Where will be getting our leg gift drop from? I will get money. When the road spoil, we open. One car will push at 25,000, 20,000.
I want money.
I want money.
Yeah, listen to that guy. The whole country,
I
even
want
the
money.
even the betting thing off. Do you see kids around playing gambles? The whole
Illegally.
country illegally.
Yeah.
I want money. Listen to that guy.
Little flower. The road I am facing today, I almost look like what I believe. Yeah, I'm feeling bad. Recent beers that they road through the bad road, we get to our facility. We have that interest. They road in our interest, the bad road, and the only way we can get less on here for if it's get something for ourselves. But now see you're facing the road, and when you're facing the road, we not be getting something. Then suffering will come to us, and that small suffering will come in on the money will work for inside. Hey, but every day we can't each car give you 250, each truck give you 2,500. Truck passing your car give you 500. The motorbike give you 150. At the end of the day, we can get about 10, 15, 20,000 a day. So I think in our community Thursday now we got good something there. Like every time we renovate our community pump, to be our town hall, to do some toilet day and thing. But now everything is road. How will we be generating money? So the first thing on the road, a bad dream to us. Yeah, we feel it bad. We probably
I want money.
I want money.
I want money. A little follow.
Yeah. Gabriel Sibo.
Give us
They make him introduce himself with his daughter's name.
I'm Gabriel Super Liberal
Little
follow. Yes, man. 7 minutes up to 8 o'clock. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is the Breakfast Show. Today is the 17th of March, 2025. Good morning. Yes, let's see what we have on the lineup this morning on the TBS coming up on this Monday. Yes, let's see what we have this morning coming up.
Yes, let's bring you the lineup this morning on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM, the heart and soul of Liberia. This is where national unity begins. This show is proudly sponsored by EcoBank Liberia Limited and Orange Liberia. We join our friend David Coty shortly for health tips this morning for at least 5 minutes. That will be followed by the review of the local dailies. Yes, and in our studio chat this morning, SOS called for James Etta Kume, okay, who is at the JFK calling on the public to come to her rescue. I think Martin Colley and other persons are doing their best. Will also use this opportunity this morning to call on the Liberian public to play some role. Again, the capital of Montserrat,
Bento.
Bentol. Yes, Bentol. The residents are complaining, and our observation, the county capital is completely abandoned.
Sure.
Yes, we've been talking about that, and we'll talk about it this morning again. Again, DSTV back into service. Upon resumption, it has increased subscription fees. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, pure damage.
Yes, Agriculture Ministry, those who took grant from the Star P project are now heading the ministry. We are presenting report on the grant giving. All of these things we talk about. Facts about visa restriction in African countries. Why 2M for the by-election in Dimba County? So they buy 2 million. 2 million.
Yeah.
Okay. LCAA, the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority, black protest up.
The black protest.
Yes. As employees frown at the boss, Julius Dennis, for what we will tell you more about that. And this morning, we will talk some very critical issue at the Ministry of Labor. Yes. The Committee on Labor at the Senate has been raising some issue concerning the issuance of work permit. And we will look at that. What happened recently, the minister was cited, and due to, according to him, because I've been doing investigation, according to him, the schedule coincided with the cabinet meeting, so he did not show up. So there are reports that the Senate is attempting to hold the minister in contempt, or for contempt, if whatever you want to call it. But we'll talk about that this morning lengthily, and maybe in the midst of that discussion, we'll have the Deputy Inspector for Labor, Republic of Liberia, the Deputy Inspector General for Labor, Darius Wumi, will sit with us at least from 8:30, yes, to 9 this morning. We'll have some interaction with the public as well. Again, we'll bring you sports, entertainment, and commercials at 9. And yes, following that, at 10 after 9 to 10 o'clock, one of the candidate now, I'll say it's by.
Yeah, I think it's candidate.
Okay.
Yeah, almost all of them are candidate.
Okay, vying for the by-election in Nimba, T. Wanake Fangalo, yes, will join us this morning on the TBS to talk more about his chances in the by-election next month. That's April the 22nd. So we'll have him here this morning to talk more about what he has for, or to offer the leadership of the country and the county in particular, Nimba. So yes, in the base of all country first, this is the show for you this morning.
Great. Yes, beautiful lineup, beautiful lineup, beautiful lineup right here on 961, the heart and soul of Liberia. This is where national unity begins. Well, let's bring on help tip with from our young friend.
Yes, David Coty.
There, Coty. The thing that about me talking, I think I say, "Be Marka come and talking." The thing know about me talking.
I went to Basel. Somebody was praising David's house. Say, "But you been there, Marka?" I said, "No, I haven't been there." That young man is selfish. He has refused to allow us to visit him. See how shameful it was. The president was surprised, shocked. Say, "What? You mean you haven't been to David's house?" I said, "Not at all.
Not at all."
Yeah, just for one more business."
Is that a good morning?
Good morning, Mr. Coty.
Good morning to you.
Do you agree with what you just
I
said?
put it, man,
It's just for.
I put it, man, on his defensive this morning.
Yeah, you have to
If
defend.
you want to we should not go
Yeah,
there.
be on the defensive.
I said, who passing around looking, but don't try that thing, yo.
Oh,
Yes.
and for what business?
for woman business, yo. Me, I will tell you, you know, I'm not scared. Eh?
That kind of open to you guys. Let me first of all start by expressing my deepest condolences to you
Yeah, sure.
on the death of your relatives.
Yeah.
I think I made some good comments about you yesterday.
Hmm.
I always talk good about you in your absence, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I said
Mhm.
my brother has a problem. That's why he's not there, and let's pray for him. I made some good comments about you.
The public is our witness.
That means saying that right now. You say you said a good thing for him?
Yeah, I made good comments about you yesterday.
You
Let
told-
us go call it.
You told the people.
I have the recording though.
You told the people I don't have car, I don't have transportation, all these things you said.
But I'm not something good. But I'm talking about the can get you
Who will give me car in Liberia?
Bad.
You know Liberian people, eh?
Oh, they got to come. They got to come.
So the only way the mill will have a car except we have to blackmail somebody. That's the only way. That's how like bro look like.
We shall not ready. We shall not ready.
And we can't do that.
You keep on your good record. You are independent. You are balanced.
I mean,
I want to keep it up.
what about alright? Can you get me anywhere I want
Car
to
will
go?
come. What about me? 22 years in the classroom, no car. Taking bus people to do no paper around here. Nothing. We used to rob buses, taxi, you buy like to see your transportation, your whole, you want to see your wallet, your whole transportation on yourself.
I can imagine your shoes balance.
Oh, my brother, I used to live one side with repair, no way. And do you know that when I talk about fungal legitimate, my mom went on Nimba when I was teaching in 1976, I was living on Fungal Avenue.
Okay.
Because of $10 rent, they put me out of their place. One man called Bukuman, right on Fungal. You know, so many things happen. But today, I mean, here, car here now. And so, it will happen to you too.
And besides car just being there, your car can enter your
Stay in the
bedroom.
room.
Oh, yeah.
All of y'all can enter. All of y'all can enter straight in the room.
Nobody can see you.
Nobody can see y'all.
That's correct. I want to get real. What is it? That's not your business. Well, you see, I created a system for my company that about very just for ordinary blood. No, that's for food reason.
I know.
So no setting in the living room, straight in the room. No setting in the living room, straight in the room.
Yeah, straight in the room. Yeah.
Do you have chairs in your room? Do you have chairs in your room?
Yeah, chairs out there. You can sit out there, watch your television. You won't go in the living room and do it with you. So,
But you have one other, when you have one other room on the other side, no chair, straight only the bed.
in the living room.
Oh, in the living room, you have a bed in the living room.
Yes, a small one, a single bed. Yes.
Who does that? For what? For what purpose?
I do it. If nobody does it, I do it.
For what?
I mean, the thing is, look, sometimes when I'm in the living room doing some work, watching TV or doing some work, when I get tired, I sleep right there. Yeah.
We need to investigate.
No, y'all can sleep right there. Y'all sleep right there. Don't say I can sleep right there.
I sleep right there.
Yeah, David.
Yeah.
I can just imagine when the president sent David to Kuwait as Liberia's ambassador. Living as a Bureau resident, you will get all the key.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Abbas, so yes, before you do your health, you said something on Friday. I want you to please repeat it. There will be 3 surprises in heaven.
Yes.
Yes, I want you to repeat it.
You know the reason why I thought about that?
Yes. A lot of people call me. A lot of people call me and say, I mean, you make sense. So please repeat it just before your health tip.
Yeah. I did it because the month where the counter superintendent talk about erecting a checkpoint on my decision not to go to church. That's your business. Erect checkpoint on month where the counter and do your work. You must understand the scope of your responsibility and do your work. I said I have not been to church for 15 years. That's the time you heard as pastor in studio. Came back to make a comment. Amen. Let me erect a checkpoint. People keep saying they have not been to church for 20 years. Amen. When somebody's tea in the church, you might not go. That's your business. That's my salvation. So I said there will be 3 surprises in heaven. Surprise number 1, you will see yourself there. I will be there.
Surprise number 1.
Surprise number, yeah, I will be there.
You just see yourself there.
You see yourself there. I will ask God, Papa, I never used to go to church. I mean, here today, say, yes, my son.
Okay.
I know your heart. Your heart was with me.
Surprise 2.
Number 2, yes, number 2, you will not see people that you expect to be there. People who you expected there, you will not see them there. People who are erecting checkpoint on people's business, they go to church every day. God will say, when you say, oh, what my friend who used to erect checkpoint on me, he said, that man can't come here, come see the video, see what he used to do. Number 3, you will see people there that you never expected there. Yes, wicked people. Then go, you ask about Father, what is other woman doing here? What is man doing here? So well, the man repented, the woman repented. So those are the three surprises. First, you see yourself there. You'd be surprised to see yourself there. All the woman bending in your head. You can't go to church, you see yourself there, go and say, anyway. Right?
Okay. Go ahead, health tips.
Health tips, thank you. Constipation is a serious matter that most people don't realize. And you have to be very careful. It is not about taking yellow tablets always. It's a serious matter. Constipation is when stool is dry, hard, or difficult to pass, or when you cannot toilet freely. It is more serious than you may think. These are things that will happen to you when you are constantly constipated. Every time your stomach tight, you can't go to the toilet. These are the things that will happen to you. Number one, you will suffer from internal and external, medically known as hemorrhoid. You will suffer from piles. Number two, it will cause bleeding because of cuts around your skin. Around the skin in your anus, of your anus. Number three, it will lead to complete blockage of the intestine, and that can cause toxins buildup. That is very serious. Number four, it can cause pressure on the bladder, leading to one. Now, when it starts to cause pressure on your bladder, constipation, when you start to do that, these are the three things that will happen to you. Number one, frequent urination. You'll pee plenty. Number two, incontinence. Incontinence is your inability to control the evacuation of bodily waste. Constipation can cause that problem. Sometimes you even to manage your own pee. You somewhere you can't hold your pee. It's dropping in your panty or in your breath. Constipation is not a good thing. Take care of it. This is the one that is even bad. Constipation can also cause urinary retention. When you go to pee and your bladder can't get empty completely, it's a problem. Or sometimes you can't even get empty at all. You can't pee. Constipation can do that. And that will require surgery. So in certain cases, surgery may be required. And that is one of the cases that surgery may be required. And sometimes when there's a blockage in your colon or your rectum, that one there they have to operate on you. It has happened to two ladies that I know about. They could not toilet at all for almost a month or two. Nowhere to toilet. When the doctors went to find out, even the yellow tablets could not help anymore. There was a blockage in the colon and the rectum. And so operation had to be done to free the area. So sometimes your lifestyle can help you. Your lifestyle meaning you take some exercise all the time. And number two, you eat fruits and vegetables. It can help. If you know certain foods are not good for you, like in my case, when I eat dry curry, that problem. When I eat cayenne, that problem. Oh, but and I like cayenne. Each time I eat a problem. So I have to stop it. Now, some of the causes, I'll be very quick. Poor diet. Like I just talked about cayenne, so you gotta stop having poor diet. Number two, dehydration can cause constipation. Some of you who don't like to drink water at all, only when you are eating. No, your body must be hydrated throughout the day. Number three, lack of physical activity. Some of you don't take exercise. Number four, certain medications like opioid and morphine. Number five, when you ignore the urge to go. When the people say ignoring the urge to go, it simply means when you want to toilet. I tell my one I will jam you now, you're forced to go. You're forced to go toilet. But sometimes you want to toilet. It's not pressing on you. But you're sitting there. You're just taking your own time. No. It will cause you problem. It will come to a place where you're not able to go to the toilet. I'm assuming diabetes can cause it. Aging can also cause constipation. When you get in order, as people age, the digestive system slows down. Remember this. Your stomach is about the size of your fist. When you look in front of you, you see that big thing hanging before you there. That's not what it calls stomach. It's called the abdomen. Plenty of things inside it. Many organs are in there, not only the stomach. Your stomach is in the upper left corner of your abdomen. So your stomach is about the size of your fist when you make a blow. So do not eat until it is full to capacity. Can be going to people wedding reception or birthday party. Today I will eat until belly pass. No, don't eat until belly pass. When that happens, your stomach will push against other organs, like for example the diaphragm. The diaphragm is above your stomach. It will press it, and then what will happen to you? You will have breathing problem. Oh yes, it will push against. If you eat to capacity until the stomach is too full, it will also push against your liver, and that can put pressure on the liver. So you have to stop that. It can also go against the pancreas and push against the esophagus, your food pipe. So those are some of the reasons why you should not eat the capacity. You're going to bother other organs in your system.
Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow at 8. But in the meantime,
Okay, get out
I
of
gotta
here.
get out of here.
Okay, get out of here.
I gotta get out. That's the closer.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, and have a good day. Bye bye.
Great. Yes, David Couture for help to us, a regular feature right here on the Truth Breakfast Show 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Yes, let's find out what's making news from the print media coming up right here on the TBS this morning. So welcome to the review of the Look Up the List. What's making news from the print media Monday morning? Let's start out with the Heritage newspaper. Yes, volume number 28. Monday morning, March 17. Well, Barca shakes up government. This is what captured you on the front page this morning. Barca shakes up government, makes new appointment at LEC, at NAFI, at the LIS. Well, just like you, my boy, guy. What the president shake out and smiling here. The picture you're capturing here. Look, Mohammed Kenya also the capturing here. Anyway, I mean, picture your photo, but the president is smiling here. I'm seeing the new acting MD of LEC, not the acting MD, but he's been appointed by the president. Mohammed Sharif is here. Rufus Elijah of the LIS. Well, no one believed that Steve Zago was not going to come back. Well, yes, yes, you don't know it all.
When you go, you're not coming back.
We'll get this one again. For you? Elijah says it. Yes, it's right here on the front page this morning. Liberia on notice. U.S. gave 60-day ultimatum to address visa deficiencies. We'll talk about that this morning. Yes, it's right here. I'm dying. ELW must answer. And we'll do a SOS call for this lady here. Horror story of pregnant woman feels C-section. Let's go to the back page. What's on the back page? The back page are from the Heritage newspaper. NEC confirms 2 million approval for NEMA by-elections and nomination closes. Well, Davietta Brown, last time is captured here this morning on the back page. This morning, grab a copy, read the rest of the story. In battle, Speaker wife Kofa resigned from the GFK. Why? Liberia intensifies UN Security Council bid. Well, 6 Mali backing in high-level diplomatic push. Well, I'm saying Sarah Bessel-Yanti is captured on the back page of the paper this morning.
Yes, and let's go for the newspaper. The newspaper. The lead story on the front page: NAFA boss replaced as Boakai appoints new acting director general. I'm seeing Emma Glasgow captured on the front page of the newspaper alongside the president. Liba example: Ghanaian speaker cautions lawmakers as Speaker Kun craves legislative openness. Well, I'm seeing the speaker of the Ghanaian parliament captured right here on the front page of the newspaper. And this story: Liberia seeks Mali's support in its bid for a seat ahead of the United Nations Security Council elections. And the editorial is ECOWAS trashing recall of lawmakers. Big shame on Liberia. This is the editorial in the newspaper. ECOWAS trashing recall of lawmakers. Big shame on Liberia. Let's go to the back page. The back page, IAA outlines significant progress in first quarter of 2025. David Kima, the head of the Internal Audit Agency, is captured shaking hands with President Boakai here on the back page. Still on the back page, boost for Liberian scholars.
Mhm.
Minister Gafwa discloses job opportunities at Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. Um, I did not disregard Liberian Senate. Minister Kura clarifies where the
Mhm.
Labor Minister is captured here on the back page of the newspaper. Finally, LIS officers celebrate appointment of Rufus.
Oh,
Say he's one of them. Oh,
okay.
okay.
So that one, I want to, yeah.
Yes, that's it for the news.
Great. So the Pennsylvania Entertainment Award have presented Truth FM, the best radio station for
Okay.
2024, 2025. Those of you watching online, I mean, it's a very beautiful
Yeah, it's a
one,
nice one.
very nice one.
Yeah.
The Pennsylvania Entertainment Award presents Truth FM as best radio station for 2024, 2025. Congratulations. Yes, a very beautiful one.
Mhm.
Yes, great. Let's get up to the Inquirer newspaper. The Inquirer is our next stop. What's making news? The front page: Liberia among 21 countries to face U.S. travel ban. If Joseph Boyka, Donald Trump is captured. Yeah, on the front page of the Inquirer graphic copy this morning, Boyka received missing 16 billion notorious death report. What is it? Well, what is in that report? We need to see the report. 16 billion mysterious death report received by President Boyka. We need to get a copy of the inquiry and read the rest of the story this morning. China surpasses U.S. in aid to Africa as Liberia tops export market. What is on so sub this story? Well, Ambassador Venus supports Jetty scholarship exchange scheme for WIALA students. Well, businessman Jetty is captured here on the front page of the Inquirer. Where's the back page? Let's go to the back page. The back page of the Inquirer newspaper. Wrongful C-section. Wrongful C-section. Victim accuses ERW hospital. SOS call for this lady. We'll talk about that this morning. It's on the back page this morning. President Mohammed received Ambassador Ruha's letter of credence. What is it? Pledges support to Liberia's CC production. Well, it's on the back page. Should be co-production. Well, it's on the back page of the Inquiry this morning. Grab a copy and read the rest of the stories.
Yes, found it from my end because
Mhm.
of time.
Okay.
Yes, the Liberian Observer, or you can call it the Daily Observer. The lead story on the front page of the Daily Observer: Liberia faces possible U.S. travel restrictions under new Trump policy. Where I'm seeing the billboard for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is here, and I'm seeing President Donald Trump captured alongside on the front page of the Daily Observer. President Boakai unlocks the solution to Liberia's energy crisis. What did he do? Appoints founding general manager of Transco CLSG as the new managing director of LEC. Okay. Oh yes, I know. Okay, yes, okay. Yeah, Aslam Mita threatens legal action to maintain rail monopoly. Baka administration firm on multi-user policy. Liberia seeks Mali support in its UN Security Council bid. Demands answer to reported delay in 2024 disbursement for health center across the country. It is related.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's related. Yes. More undergrad scholarships inside for Magibian youth as Indian ambassador pledges support for education. Laws Jetty for improving the CRS or the SRC schools, hospital facilities, and others. And finally, is famous Chinese businessman Gao Fang influencing lawmakers to criminal probe competitio is a question mark. What?
Governor strong day.
So
Governor minister, look, the lawmaker took the case from the police, from the court, and carried the victim into the section. Yeah. By the power of Governor.
First time in history.
First time, the case that in court, move for them, go to the regular session. What? Let's get on with our last tab. The New Republic. Yes, Kung fires early warning shots. Early warning shot. Where Flagger Con, man and open is right here. They do not tell the job we have to agree with you. Common citizen. No, open can be a common citizen. Yes, anyway, well, we'll find another time to talk about that. Kung fires early warning shot. Well, George is captured here on the front page here from the New Republic. Grab a copy and read the rest of the story this morning. Suspended NAFA bus crash file. Emmett Glasgow said there was no due process up to now. She had not been called by the LCC, but yet and still, well, someone else that been appointed as acting in the position, Meteor Glasgow, who has served Nafash, is captured here on the front page of the New Republic. Grab a copy. Let's go to the back page. Where is the back page of Alfonso's Tour New Republic? The back page, the back page. Where is the back page? If I can see the back page. Then our last stop is the Verite. Yes, let me just squeeze in the Verite newspaper. The Verite is on the newsstand. Wampo ignore as U.S. restriction looms over Liberia. Remember Andrew Wamplo, right?
Yeah, one, two.
Andrew Wamplo.
The former
Andrew,
passport
the
director.
former passport director. He wrote a letter to President Barker. He said, please call me for audience. I will tell you what all happened with the passport. So it's a big thing. As visa restriction looms over Liberia, we'll talk about that this morning. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Tara, is captured. Former passport director Andrew Wamplo is right here on the front page this morning. You can grab a copy. Prolonged poverty, World Bank new report reveals. What is the new report about Liberia? Well, grab a copy and read the rest from the story this morning. Still, US 1.5 million. Is it one? 3.5 million fraud case. Reawakening ambassador designated to the UAE. Hook. This is Ambassador Mohammed Douglas, yeah? Grab a copy. Thank you so much, man. I mean, the papers on Monday, it can be easy. Yeah, we receive lots of papers Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. The show is brought to you by Orange Liberia and, of course, Echo Bank, the Pan African Bank, is proud to be associated with the True Breakfast Show. And just before we start up, I don't want to be seeing ourselves, right? Again, the Painsway Entertainment Award have presented this to Truth FM as the best radio station for the year. Yes, 2024, 2025. RSC 19 years ago when bringing professional, broadcasting in every aspect, in the news, in our programs, just everything, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for sending with truth. And that great voices that have come through this microphone. And history will definitely remember all of you. Yes, today is Onu and Marka. Tomorrow may be gone. And people will still continue. That's the legacy of Truth FM. All right. But let's start out with our first talking point. What is happening with the capital city of Montserrat? If you ask yourself, what is the capital? Everybody will say, we think of Monrovia. No. Bentonville later on changed out to Bentor. It's the capital. Good morning to the two senators. Darius DeLong, good morning. Senator Sir Hali Joseph, good morning. Good morning to the District 1 Representative Rufiato Barry, good morning. I'm calling three of your name. Or me, I one more person there. There's a superintendent, Warren Bryant, good morning. The capital city for the most rather that way, that Bentor. If you see the capital city, how it looks. Sometimes the media will not talk about it until you go there for yourself. I know what drove me there, I think of football. If you see the capital city for Montserrat, you won't believe, say, yeah, when people tell you, say, this is the capital of Montserrat, you won't believe it. Dylan, Hali. So, for all indication, Hali have been regular to Bentor. Yes, let me just get it right, But the capital city of Montserrat looks in a deplorable condition. You won't believe it. You will not go to Accra and tell you, say, the capital city, this is the capital here in Accra or in Freetown. All of you are forgetting about the capital. Bentor looks so deplorable, folks. Road is very bad off. No water. Boali, good morning to you. Bentor, no water, no safe drinking water, no electricity. The only hospital there shuts down. Good morning, His Excellency President Barker. Agree with the president, right? Yes, good morning, His Excellency. The only hospital that in Bentor there closes at 4 p.m. The capital. Then I said to myself, I turned to a colleague, I said, well, this is the capital. Yeah. It's in the children's book. Montserrat County, Benzine, that kind of thing you can be saying, right? And to see the capital of Montserrat in this kind of deplorable form, and we have two powerful senators in the house there. That is one of the most powerful, man. And the people told me, say, you campaign through there. Since then, you have not gone back. You can't be doing this. Just a passing through this morning, man. Yeah.
Yes, it is good you brought it up, and I think the leaders of the county should take this as a hint to work towards, because Monrovia is the nation's capital. So I believe Warwick Bryan's office is in Bentor,
Yeah.
and there the local administration should be based, and they should treat Bentor as Nimbayans, or leaders in Nimba would treat Sanikole. Leaders in Lofa would treat Vonjama, and like other county capitals.
Sure.
What it looks to me that their focus is more on Monrovia instead of Bentor.
Yes.
So like they go to work to Bentor and just come back. They don't care whether there are roads, educational facility, health facility, what's happening with it. You know, Bentor should be used to even decongest Monrovia.
Of course.
Yes, people should be moving from Monrovia and going to stay in Bentor. As I mean, a nice little city right outside of Monrovia. But I mean, the story is different.
Different one.
Yes. Like how people would normally say Congo settlement, one house on the side, the other one way on that side, the forest between a side, they want to carry you. So I mean, we need to do more, man. Yes, we can take all of our time on that, but
yeah, I mean that's a passing through our
yes.
capital, right?
Yes.
Let's touch on this U.S. visa restriction thing. Liberia is not the only country. Liberia and other countries, more than 60 countries across the world, will face this U.S. restriction thing, even if they have the red, the orange, and yellow lists. So the red, orange, and yellow list refers to a new travel ban proposed by the Trump administration. This issue surrounding our passports. So there is a communication. I mean, you're listening up to this. What are politics? What is the Barker government to blame, or the George Weah government to blame? So the former passport director, Andrew Weplow, has written President Barker that he wants to be fully involved into this investigation because there's a time frame the international community, the U.S. government has given. I mean, it would not be a good thing to have restricting Liberians from going to the U.S. I'm seeing people playing with politics. So the red, orange, and yellow list refer to a new travel ban proposed by the Trump administration for the 3 countries in total. It should be for the 3 countries. The yellow list, Liberia for everyone, the yellow. Yes. And I mean, other countries here, I don't have too much interest, but I'm thinking about my own country. Yes, Liberia have 4 under the yellow. I'm seeing Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Guinea, and so on and so on and so on and so on. But the Minister of Foreign Affairs will definitely sit with the House of Senate and address some of these issues. Whether
I want to say should be appearing today. Yes.
Whether our passport have fall into the wrong hands, people using Liberian passport out there. I mean, sure say it. But again, the communication rating by Andrew, because Andrew was suspended from that position, remember, on the same passport thing. So that communication he has sent to President Boyka, I feel we can start from there. Because if you look, even the front page Africa, look at new narrative headlines. They all bring up Andrew Wemplow having a big stake into this thing. Because some white guys have a passport, people are using Liberian passport all over. Nigerians. Yes, everybody was just using Liberian diplomatic book. So, but we'll follow up with the hearing today.
Yeah, sure. We'll follow up with the hearing today and see what the outcome will be. What measures or what strategy, what meetings the foreign ministry and other partners are having to, if possible, to mitigate, any move to restrict Liberian passports. I think it will not sound well for us as a country, to be on a list where our country will be placed on nations with visa restrictions.
Yes. So in 5 minutes time, we'll link up with our guests who are already in the studio. Yes, especially I like to see people respect time.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll link up with him shortly. But let's do this SOS call and have some him on live savior here. James Eto Cookman. She did a post on the social media on Facebook, and she was even interviewed by Martin. That she had a C-section at the ELW hospital, and probably she's between life and death. She's the only one who's feeling the pain. And I want to say thank you to all of you who have contributed. There was a target of the 5,000 USD and some other Liberian dollars. I think we have reached that amount. But I would like for the management of the ELWA to not let this slide under the carpet and respond to this. This lady said she went freely and explained to the doctors. And the doctor best advised her, well, you have to do a C-section. And unfortunately, she believed that her life is going and they have transferred her from ELWA to the GFK to still challenge your health business in a problem. Yes, so the ELWA facility, you have to respond to that because this have gone viral on the internet. But I want to say thanks to all Liberians, man, those of you who show love, contributing. You don't know her from anywhere, but because of him feeling, you are putting that $1, that $2. You know, when Martin Colley, these are kind of things I like to say. It was one of the first time you see me commenting and stuff on his posts and thing. And tens I've made a comment, I received a lot of personal messages in my inbox, But again, I want to encourage you. Yes, just do your cash app. And if it's $1 you want to send, go ahead and do it. This lady have to be travel here to Ghana. It's a sad thing. I mean, if our hospital can make it, she got been flown to Ghana or maybe India.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yes, we want to encourage Liberians to reach out. Again, I don't know what to say much about the procedure, whatever we should call it, a mistake, But again, this is the situation, The hospital should be able to maybe, do an investigation and give a report out there so that it cannot create that kind of dark cloud over the institution forever. Yeah, so it is important that these kind of things, when it happen, people should come out and report so that it can serve as reference in the future.
Yes,
exactly.
Maybe you won't get brothers say, "Oh, don't go to ELW."
Yeah,
I mean, Liberian people.
If you don't come out with any kind of comprehensive report, that's the kind of thing that will happen now.
Yes,
people will start to scare others away from going there to seek, medical attention, all of that. So, but we're hoping for all the best. Her life is important, so we're hoping that she can survive that.
Yes. Yeah. So just in passing, in 30 or 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds, 1 minute. Okay, I was engaged by some farmers that have issue at the Ministry of Agriculture. If you go to the office there to LPRC, where agriculture have the sub annex or whatsoever, right? You'll see keke, loan called tricycle, just in the compound. Good morning to you, Minister Nuta. Keke there in the compound, more than 50, 60, just parked for almost 2 years. Y'all listen up, oh. The farmer said, but how is it we'll get money, we'll take loan to take this keke? But you know what happening? It is alleged that some of the deputies ministers, some of the assistant ministers will just can't take 2, 3 of the keke. The high just going from the compound. If you think I'm lying, I'll bring you pictures and see. Right to LPRC, the sub area of agriculture, agriculture ministry. The tricycle that have been parked for almost 2 years. See, the post should come and tell us how, by what means you'll be able to pay the management back. So, as a farmer, you're trying to see, some of the deputy will just come and take 2, 3. The how they can get reducing. Besides that, all of this noise you see on Wednesday, this TAPI, and the minister have to respond to this. This TAPI, when Minister Nuta was just an ordinary person, he took grant from STAPI, and up to now he had not done reports. So I seen all the thing going back and forth. The minister proper, and now you become minister. Anyway, because of time, Marka, I mean, we'll go through of this. So agriculture have a whole lot. The Ministry of Agriculture the farmers are not happy, and this is the president interest. President Marka interest is farming, and the farmers are not happy. Nuta, they're not happy with you. Anyway, yes.
Again, as we join Darius, he's there, right?
Yeah, Darius. I mean, right ahead. Yeah.
Where am I not seeing him?
Yeah, Darius.
So we join shortly, but around the Liberian people to take away something, especially members of the legislature, to take away something from what they can do. Because
yeah,
he said just in 1 minute. I'll talk about 1 minute too. In 1 minute, the Ghanaian speaker, when he was speaking about the rule of law, about the issue of the legislature serving their own problem instead of solving our own problem, instead of the court coming to solve their problems. According to him, is that you are giving your authority to the court to decide your matters. He thinks that you go indoor and solve their issues. Now, there's something he said in his speech. He said, in resolving the conflict, there is what give and take. Only you heard me talk about give and take many times.
Yeah,
here, right?
Give and take, yes.
Give and take. So the battle speaker, the majority speaker, members of the rule of law caucus, members of the minority bloc, members of the majority bloc, in solving this issue, there is what give and take. The Ghanaian Parliament Speaker mentioned that. What will be that give and take? You are suspending people, you are withholding people's salaries, you are removing people from committees. So you see all of these things when it comes to the give and take. If you take in the speakership, then give other things. Give other things. You can now hold on to all in conflict resolution, give and take. And again, they say the rule of law. I mean, that's that speech that was delivered by the Ghanaian speaker. I think it should be the turning point for the conflict in the House of Representatives. Yes, they should meet. They should meet as both minority and majority blocks and see how they can reconcile that issue. I think the legislature or the House may be functioning, but in division, you cannot serve the purpose. Yes, you can serve the purpose in division. You may say you have the majority block, you are debating issue, you are holding section and all of that, but with almost half of your colleagues out, I don't think it is serving the purpose for the Liberian people. And the image out there in the Liberian public is bad for the House of Representatives.
Sure.
You are losing respect because anybody speak to you people anyhow. Oh, the people are lawless people. All this, that house is the honorable House of Representatives, and we expect that members of that house will be addressed as honorable people. But what is happening now? I think there should be a turning point. Yes, so that's what I can say so far.
Yes.
Let's
go to our guest. 5 minutes up till 9 o'clock. Yes.
So as we join Darius is the Deputy Inspector General of Labour Republic of Liberia. Is coming here is in relation to one of our talking points. We are lined up already to talk about the Senate engagement with the Ministry of Labor. They have said that they want the ministry to provide some reports, especially on detailed information when it comes to the issuance of work permits in the country. And the Senator DeLong will always say 8,000 work permits given to foreign residents in the country, according to him, depriving Liberian youth of job opportunities. Amen. A country of nearly 6 million people only, and he said 8,000 work permits, and you say they are depriving Liberian people of job opportunity. I'm not a spokesperson for the ministry, but for heaven's sake, you and I, if we analyze this issue, you know that maybe there are different informations and the long one is
8,000.
It may not be about 8,000 work permits.
Because
only, for example, let's talk about the embassy staff in the country alone.
See how many embassies do we have across the country?
Let's talk about NGOs working in the country, for example. Then we'll talk about the multilateral companies. When you 8,000, you say you're depriving Liberian people of a job. I think that's a political position. I don't think it's policy driven.
So,
but let's
yeah.
There's
a feedback you have to get a headphone for.
No,
it's laughable, but it's funny.
Yeah, people can say I like talking somehow, but sometimes some of these things when leader bring it, or let just tell and say, forget about it here.
8,000. You big mention of the embassies, right?
Yeah,
the embassies from all the countries you do have. If you issue work permit to every one of them, they'll take almost like 80%. Then you go to concession companies. Let's do the link of our guests. I'm still getting feedback, so I thought you had to do it. Get the headphone off, and let's see who can bring our guests live on. Morning. This is the TBS in the midst of all.
I say they quietly, so
yeah. Something.
That was good morning, y'all do something.
Yes.
Lower the volume of the other headphones out there.
Yes.
That's the one he's using.
Okay, I think it's good to go now.
Yes, we can have it on now. That was good morning.
Good morning, Marka, Davis. Good morning, Oniu, and good morning to every Liberians and people within the labor sector of the Republic of Liberia in the 15 counties of our nation. I'd like to say good morning to all of you, and good morning to the Liberian Senate. Good morning to the Minister of Labor, and good morning to the President, His Excellency Jose Yumabwaga, and good morning to the Vice President who is celebrating his birthday today. I'd like to say good morning to all
the Vivi birthday today.
Yes.
Okay.
I just forgot because
Vivi's gonna have a birthday, man. Okay.
Happy birthday,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
47 years old man.
Okay.
Go ahead, Darius. Yes, but it's great to have you this morning. Again, we are initially set this as part of our talking points.
Mm-hmm.
So it is good that they say good to hear from the horse's own mouth, right?
Yes.
But it's great that you are here this morning. To begin with, how is the ministry?
Well, the ministry is doing tremendous work, and I love it good this morning. Before coming here, we are on course. From the day we started in this broadcast administration, we'll be doing very well, and we are still on the right trajectory that is doing what the government expected from the ministry, and the Liberian people expected from the ministry is what we are doing right now. So speak to you.
Yeah, so let's go straight to this issue because, like I said, we have interest in it as well because we
Yeah.
want to, yes, to know more. So, what is it that is Senate demanding, especially what are the committee through the Committee on Labor? What are they demanding from the ministry?
Well,
Mm.
before we get to what is demanding, we did a publication in one of our reports that the Ministry of Labor has raised in about $8 million through work permit issuance to foreign nationals and as well. So it raised concern to many Liberians. How will Ministry of Labor, people don't expect it to be a revenue generating entity. So this ministry raised $8 million through farms, issuing a work permit and what have you. So it was reported to the Liberian Senate through my friend and brother, Senator Darius Dillon, that the Ministry of Labor was setting out job that should be given to Liberian. That's why they raised that amount. So they
You're
invite,
selling our job?
yeah,
Okay.
it was a rumor that we heard.
Mm-hmm.
So that triggered the invitation for the Liberian Senate, inviting the Minister of Labor to appear before them, which is dead, to give justification as to why job that should be given to Liberian is not given to Liberian. The minister are raising this amount. He make a deliberation on that. He addressed the Senate on those issues and what have you. He said he didn't sell job to any foreign nationals. Job that were there first are all job that Liberians should do and also job that foreigners should do. So they talk about that. Then they came out to say, okay, give all the listing of those jobs that you give to foreign nationals and what have you. So those the minister,
What job that you issue permit for?
yeah, jobs
Mm-hmm.
that issue permit for that is.
Mm-hmm.
So the minister, with all he do, he catalog everything that he issue a work permit for, and then presented it to the Liberian Senate on the spreadsheet through the Committee on Labor. So they went through A, and then they view A. So later on, Senator Dillon came out to say um, the minister should do it one by one. If, for example, a Lee Junzi, a Chinese national who has come to work in Liberia, what position was there for him and how this minister Dira has given this work permit to this Lee Zonjin. So, and minister said, but we have done everything on the spreadsheet and you people have this. So I think it's necessary to go through that. So they'll try to invite the minister. And at the time, the minister have a cabinet retreat or cabinet meeting with the president. So a minister went, they attended his cabinet meeting. So now Dillon is telling us, or the Senate through Dillon is telling us that there should be added a catalog of this job that was given to the foreign national that needs to be from the where they come from, this and everything is on the spreadsheet, which of course it shouldn't have been so. Then they came out again, they say, oh, why a country like with depriving Liberian from giving them a job opportunity, give the foreign nationals. Amen. A 6 million country with a population of 6 million, just what you're talking about, has given out 8,000 jobs. Then you say Liberia have been deprived. Those companies, those investors will bring their equipment in this country. And then, for example, you say, oh, this person should operate on this, because they equipment the person brought in the country is a Liberian should do that. Yes, the minister is not denying the Liberian should do so.
Mm-hmm.
But if a foreign national has come with the expertise that require all the company brought this foreign national with the expertise to operate on this, there will be a transfer of knowledge. A Liberian will be assigned to that particular foreign national so that transfer of knowledge can be for the time. So that person not come and be working in the country to be teaching people when they don't have work permit. No, we say no. If you have come to train Liberians, it's a work you doing. So therefore, we will give you a work permit, and which of course you pay $1,000 in government revenue. Then a Liberia will be assigned to that particular person. There will be time a limit that, oh yeah, by this time you should be able to train those Liberians that will be able to operate on this equipment. And that's how things are going. And we have doing it very well. And many Liberians who are not having job in this country, and they are now pressing this Minister of Labor and this administration. So why would they say that we are giving job to foreign nationals and Liberians are not working? For example, O'Neill, if you enter in one of those supermarkets in town here, you'll see many of our Liberian sisters who are selling or who are cashier or tailor, what have you. You'll see foreign nationals standing over them. Actually, it shouldn't have been so, but all because of trust. In the past regime, because I was serving back then as deputy communication director,
Okay.
DC came across us. Because of trust, when they entrusted with property or cash, some of them will do that. So at the end of the day, instead of them, the foreign nationals standing over them or serving as cashier, will say no, let Liberians serve in that particular position, and they can also be standing there monitoring them. You cannot bring your $2 to $3 million investment in the country. Then you have you say, okay, for example, I want to be having a finance person, and you know what it takes to control finance in this country. Your minimum wage is 143. So you get a $3 million project. You bring somebody in the country. It's okay. I will assign you to be a finance person, but then we'll pay you a 143. But then you playing with money. That kind of huge money for Christ's sake. So those people bring their own people to control this finance era. But then some of our friends who also are there in the opposition will say, oh, why the finance area should not be controlled by Liberians.
Yeah, so just to add up, I mean, this 8,000 said, I mean, for 6 million pounds, even small, I think it would be 20,000 work permit. But so this 8,000 work permit, is it cut across the entire country?
Yeah, in fact, we're not even counting the embassies. Some of the BB embassies in the country, we're not counting them. Some of the places across the country, but some of the places, some of the diplomatic area, we are not checked on them. You see that?
Wow.
Yeah. So, for me, the last time when I went for inspection in Yekepa, which of course I discovered about 710 expatriates from India, from this, from that. 710 expatriates that came to the country. Out of the 710 expatriates, we now have 310 were having work permits. The rest of the people will not have a work permit. And minister say you cannot bring people in this country that will be working as expatriates that they will not have work permit. So these people should be able to pay. So those people you will send it back, they will not pay the money in the government revenue, they will be stealing from the government. They have to pay.
Wow.
You see that? They have to pay. So the minister didn't they respect the Senate not to give them what they want. The minister has to do so, and he is working on that in collaboration with the executive. That is the president office. So they are working on that. Whatever they want, the minister will give it. The minister not refuse. It's not deliberately done to say, oh, I will not give this document to the Liberian Senate. No. But he is working on that in line with the executive branch of the government.
So that was like you mentioned earlier, you worked at that ministry, I think under is it Charles Gibson?
Charles Gibson.
Yeah.
Also Moses Colley?
I served under Moses Colley. Administrative assistant there from the Charles Gibson King, the promoter made me communication director. Now I'm serving as deputy inspector general on Council Cooper W. Kruger.
No, so my question is in line with this what I should call scrutiny that is happening now. And I know between these times, Senator DeLong was in the Senate. Is that correct?
Yeah. At that time, one of those times he was in the Senate.
So
especially in Councilor Charles Gibson administration, he was in the Senate.
Okay, so yeah, is this thing something that has been happening before? The Labor Committee always doing this, if I may call it, scrutiny when it comes to issuing a work permit?
No, it never ever happened, especially from the time I got at the Ministry of Labor for the Labor Committee on or the Senate Labor Committee to be scrutiny minister and what have you. I don't have a record on that. It may happen, but I don't really have a record on that.
Yes, even though it's an oversight responsibility, we can rule that
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
However, it is also the administrative function of the Ministry of Labor to issue work permit to foreign workers in the country, which is clear.
Yeah.
But why you think? Because I understand the minister appeared initially
Mm-hmm.
and provided these records.
That's what I just said.
Yes, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But why are they still demanding more details? Why you think? What are you suspecting?
Well, I think like we always say, it is their, I mean, oversight responsibility, but then the duty, I think it should come from the office of the president if the president, because the three branches of government work coordinatively. That is the executive, the judiciary, and the
The legislature.
legislature. So, as you may be informed, all the Liberian people should be informed. The Ministry of Labor, or like any other ministry, report directly to the president.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that was so that they can have a cabinet retreat or cabinet meeting to give to provide information as to how the function of their ministry, what are some of the activities that are taking place, what are some of the progress that is taking place within their ministry. So almost all of the time, the president will call upon his cabinet ministers to give information on these things.
So the Senate recent citation to the minister coincided with the
Exactly. So it coincided with the order from the president or the meeting from the president. So in other due respect to say, because the president invited you to go attend a cabinet meeting, then the president invited you to. So for Christ's sake, now, who you think you would take? Yeah, the man who confirmed me to get a job, and the man who gave me the job, who has the power to sack me and then also take me, who do you expect to attend? So we will let to attend the president meeting and then provide all necessary information to the president. Then from there we'll come and meet with the Liberian Senate, or because of the president schedule and you people's schedule, we're not able to meet with you people.
so there's this, we've been seeing some papers, a threat of contempt and this and that. So y'all, what is your call to the Senate? What do you think they should do appropriately?
Well, though I'm not an official spokesman of the Ministry of Labor, but as a employee of the Ministry of Labor, I just want to call upon the Liberian Senate to be kind. Whatever information they want for the minister, you're going to provide it at their word, and all of the information they need from the minister. We are working on it in line with the executive branch of government, that is from the president office. We are working in line with it, and then we're going to give it to them when it shall be completed in making presentation of it.
Okay. Yes, that is good. We also, even though sincerely, like I said, I've been following up with some of these issues. I understand that even the cabinet retreat, the Senate citation, all of these things came up at the same time the minister lost his granddaughter. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So, and one of the things I just forgot about to talk about, because at all that time it was just like coincident. Minister lost the granddaughter, you go for cabinet retreat meeting, or Senate called it upon him. So he was overwhelmed with the laws and which one to take and which one to leave for to in attending another time. So these are some of the things that happen, but it's not something deliberate. Let us understand that it's not something deliberate. That the Minister of Labor is not going to give whatever document they're requesting from. No, you're going to give those documents to them. But we are working on that. You cannot just tell us, give us the document, then we instantaneously take it and give it to you. Because we got to work on it and do a comprehensive report in presenting it to you, so that it cannot be something that, in a minute, you take that report from that side and go to us and not comprehensive. No. As a legal matter person, as a citizen lawyer in this country, you're not going to take your flying sheet and give it to you. You're going to put it together piece by piece, evidence by evidence, and then break down everything you need, so that even when someone who is down there will be able to understand it vividly.
Okay. Yeah, so again, we will open the line to have some interaction with members of the public. So the core point of discussion here is that the Senate has cited the labor minister, which the citation, the time for the appearance coincided with the president's cabinet meeting, and then the minister did not show up. So there are called from some of the senators, especially Senator Dillon, who thinks that by issuing 8,000 work permit in the country is too much and you are depriving Liberians of job and all of that. But I mean, this is just common understanding. The Liberian people, you can call and make your point this morning. Call on 0770-202579. Now, Darius Wiming is Deputy Inspector General of Labor Republic of Liberia. He's here also providing some clarity on the issue of the ministers delayed appearance at the Senate. So you can call 0770-153265, 0770-153265, and 0770-202579. Yes, this is the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. Yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk and talk and talk. Let's see. This caller is the first caller this morning on the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. This is Paulo from Good morning.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much for the show. And I was just listening to the Deputy Minister of Labor and you're just saying in school. The person you are going to elected for the training for the ESPA is not working. According to him, the ESPA is going to train Labrador to find knowledge. What would you mean to me, Labrador? I couldn't do the Labrador for me. And the two are doing it. I think it's not grabbing smoke out, talking Labrador and training Labrador. We are present to the job. You have to know what you talk to break your back to you see that job that you have to mind because Labrador is not benefiting the opportunity on the body.
Okay. Okay, good morning.
Good morning, Marka. Let me say good morning to skill get this having people from government. Let me the director. But I think I think to expand more on the issue of whether why they should have elaborate language in the hallway for a job. But the 8,000, let me tell you, set up giving a job there. Who are those? Because when you get a little yeah, we used to go to more than that. Because even if you didn't work for them, therefore, I think they tell the category of jobs.
But like you listen to him, he mentioned that when the Senate made the first request, they did a category of permits that were giving and presented that to the Senate. You heard that.
Yeah, but he wanted to know the stuff because no job.
So is a category of so. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Go ahead, you're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, morning. Good morning to you, brother. How you doing this morning?
Morning. Go ahead.
Good morning, Marka. How you doing? I'm Joseph Fremont from Bronx this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the issue about what permit and all that, only saying one thing and implementing are two different things. Most of the time when people come on the radio, on your platform, what say, and they go and do different things, most of the time what happens in Marka.
So it is not that he has come to give a plan of the ministry, but the ministry is charged with the responsibility of giving work permit to foreign residents in the country. Again, so the Senate is raising issue that by issuing, I mean, this is just by common sense telling the ministry that by giving 8,000 work permit in the country, I mean, you are depriving Liberians of jobs. Do you agree with that too, as a caller?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You agree that when the companies we have in the country, the NGOs, so you believe that you think we have less than 8,000 foreigners in this country?
No, we have it more. We have it more.
Then what do you agree with?
Because if you're giving 8,000 work permit to foreigners, so what remain? What remain? So you have suppose by you give more than 8,000. So at the end of the day, the jobs are like.
But I say the country open for investment, people should come and invest. So you expect people who come to invest to not workers.
We must be able to be doing all the jobs that they getting work permit to other foreigners that we able to do in this country. Let them give all the chance for us to do instead of getting work permit to foreigners to do or aliens. So this is our point. And we are putting my own country behind my people now. We people doing agencies like doing jobs. Driving for place, all of this in there. So it is not fair, it is unfair to us. So what
okay. Let's take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Morning.
Good morning. This is Jeremiah D. Perry, and I join you this morning from district number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Let me appreciate your sticker there. I think it is a crush now the value is only one, especially coming from the honorable minister of labor. The first year, if President Barrow the one that ordered the minister to have given him a report, immediately he could have done it. There's a same minister who deliberately refused to declare asset after the president come up with the issue of asset declaration.
When
Again, I come to the issue, Marka. First, I want to know to the Geneva Institute. What do the labor ministry make of the decent and happiness to set the brother about where they made the opposition thing as put in our individual die. Say, it's happy was not yet a word from minister of labor as to what happened because what happened is of all labor parties. You can't be using food and you don't have equipment to keep them up. And they got that eastern for the exposure of it. Why is the comments of the labor ministry saying eastern happening? Are they being privatized or what? We need comment from them.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, I just trust each other radio, Brad. But I want to say that during the time of that explosion, there was a team of government officials from different line ministry agencies, including labor, including EPA, including mines and energy. Yes, yeah. So maybe you've not been following the news, or you can call 0770202579 and 07701526 35 or so to make your point this morning. Yes, we take more calls. Yes, up to at least 5 after 9, and then we'll go back to Darius to provide some clarity. It's very important that sometimes government functionaries make themselves available and provide these kind of information to the public so they can know exactly what you are doing. Because other than that, the little the little thing you will hear from others is exactly what it will carry. So it's important to do so. So we're taking at least two or three more calls this morning. So again, Paris,
Yeah.
listen to the guy asking what did the ministry do when the explosion happened? Even though that's our key discussion at this point.
But let me provide small clarity on that. I was one of those that were designated to go on the site to do a fact finding and also carry on preliminary investigation as to how that happened to the fellow. And then we saw everything. We met with the authority of Sati Fabric, and then they gave us or told us that they have met with the deceased family. They intend to give the deceased family, and also to talk this, but let me just make that clarity to them that they're going to provide job, give job to the wife of the deceased, send all of the children to school. When they graduate, they will also be working for SETI, and there'll be a comprehensive or a package to the deceased. And some of the things that happen, they're going to put things in order so that it cannot repeat itself. And this is are still ongoing. The discussion has also ongoing, so that when everything is clarified, they will come to the public and then to give the final decision that is been taken or that will be taken between the management of SETI Fabric along with the deceased family, in line with the government agency that are so charged with the responsibility. One of the callers who also called and said that the minister didn't declare his asset until President Baga had to give suspension. The minister, as said to be corrected, was the very first person or appointee that declared his asset before even other appointees started declaring their asset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. So Jeremiah Perry was just talking out of I don't know how to say anger or emotion. I don't know what he was saying, but I know Mr. Kura was one of those first ministers who declared their assets. Let me take this caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Olive, and good morning, Madam.
Good morning.
Okay. I'd like to speak to the issue of discussion this morning. My name is Peter and Philip Lomo, and I'm calling from Tinker.
Okay.
I'm actually on my way to my office. Firstly, I will speak to the issue, the statement of Senator DeLong. I think saying that 8,000 jobs, 8,000 work permit rather, are too many. For me to be able to say whether he's right or wrong, I think we need data to understand actually how many jobs are available in the private sector. It's on that basis, is against that backdrop that we can say whether the 8,000 work permits that have been given out is actually too much or not.
Okay.
And I listened to Cyrus, and I think he actually presented it in a very good way to say that they give some permit to some of these guys who came in to be able to train Liberians. But behind the scene, is it actually the reality? Is it actually what is going on? Are these guys just training the Liberians, transferring knowledge, and then taking off? We know that in reality, for most of the time, it's not the reality, and they need to check up, follow up, or have some documents to prove that indeed these work permits that were giving these men were just experts that came to transfer knowledge.
Okay.
So that thank you so much for letting me on the show.
That's why.
Okay.
That's why.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Fine. You are live on air. Go ahead.
Hello.
You are live on air. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Mr. E. Frederick Bay.
Okay, Frederick, go ahead.
Deputy Communication Director at the Ministry of Labor.
Okay.
Well, I to just address the expose of the Deputy Inspector General Daras. And I think that Senator DeLong should be appreciative to the openness, transparency of the administration of President Wakari, especially with the labor sector. Just aware that just 1 month, 800 and some more casual laborers across the bridge and the free zone, working with almost 10 cops. That have been over 2 years without any document or employment record benefits. Have been transitioned to full employment with a minimum salary demanded by the minister being $150 United. It's all in a public good. And the first document presented to Senator DeLong, he has in his possession. He's not calling for one by one name of these people, where they come from and where they don't come from. It's not a bad thing to do, but that you must remember that there's a 14 branches of our government. The Minister of Labor is appointed by the executive branch of government. They're really answerable to the president. There's a cabinet retreat going on there. Minister got to go there with the concern that at least after the retreat, we are going to address Senator DeLong's consistent complaint, not even taking into consideration the progress being made by the minister. I'm just shocked. It's becoming completely like a witch hunt, political witch hunt. Every day he's not even the chairman of the Senate Committee on Labor. It is Senator Thomas who is the head of that committee. We respect him. We all came from advocacy background. But the direction that he's taking now is making it feel a little bit uneasy.
Okay.
You're talking about 8,000 workers. People have been transitioned, have been mounting like are taking on position job, managerial job, all over the country. Even in his own country, grandmaster, people there are getting jobs at the level of managers. And never happened before prior to this government coming into being. Why can't you now hold a peace and allow the minister to do his job and translate copy? Because the minister got to report to the president first and foremost. And then, why? I think we should call this bottle how feel as compared to how I think it's the road you are doing extremely well there. The public is living with it right now. I'm really being map up.
Okay.
Registry, random streaming map up as to who is the you people bring a concession here, they bring investment here, they bring expertise. People during getting there because we reach that level. It's a gradual process. It's not over.
Okay.
Don't want to give they want to be reformed the senator to remain peaceful, remain calm, don't be moved by political sentiments. Maybe you want to get on board, go there, they will all belong to the government.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So let me see if I can bring on Vandala Patrick. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Vandala, morning.
Rebels and the Marka Davis.
Morning.
Good to hear you guys again.
Vandala, you have just 1 minute. Well of time. Just go ahead.
No, give me 2 minutes. I get back in you because the matter is serious. Quickly, I listened to your guest in studio and the fellow who just dropped the line. While I sincerely recognize the significant work being done by the Minister of Labor, but there are a few things that we cannot overlook. You know, most time when we listen to the public narratives of the Minister of Labor reference to what they are doing to give Liberian jobs, they are mainly concerned about the laborers. What happened to the middle level professionals? Absolutely. Right now, if you go to other parts of the country, specifically, I'd like to start with facts. There are jobs that are there that foreigners are not supposed to be doing.
the Ministry of Labor must be very clear on that to list those jobs. You have people in this country with master and PhDs, but you take somebody from way India, you make them accounting year and a half or BSc. Some of them know more than 4 5 year working experience. I'd like to recommend these things to the Ministry of Labor. Why it's true that the laborer, the ordinary people who are doing intensive labor work with their hands, you are trying to put them back to work. It's good, it's commendable. But look at the professional areas. Every year, the University of Liberia put out not less than 5,000 students got into AMU or other.
All right. Yeah, but there are a lot of time already. Our next segment, guest. So, but probably maybe if you have more interest in this, we can do that off the air thing, and maybe you could appear and look at it. Right. Thank you so much, Fandara. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Darius, you listening up to the callers.
Yeah. I listened to all of them. We cannot address everything here because of time, but I appreciate them. They're making us to be more strong and strong to move forward in the labor sector of Liberia. So I appreciate all of them. And they say what they want to say, but it's just that they are with us all of the time where we go. I would say that Deputy Inspector General, I inspect every labor sector of the Republic of Liberia. I'm one person who don't compromise things when it comes to those kind of things that they want to be accusing us of. So you guys are there, well, and we're going to be looking at everywhere, every sector, and like the Deputy Communication Director said, we have a map or exercise going all around, and which of course when we come out with this, we'll be able to give a comprehensive report as to how many Liberians who are working in this sector, how many foreign nationals. So this exercise is ongoing in the entire country of Liberia. It never used to happen before to give a raw data about how many persons work in the country, but through the influence, through the best way the minister think it can be to give data, it is happening right now, so speak. By the moment that exercise is happening, he, as official spokesman of the Ministry of Labor, the minister will also come to inform the Liberian people as to how many jobs in the country, how many Liberians who are employed, how many foreign nationals that are in the country. So we're doing well. So let them take their own time and then allow us to do our job in a peaceful manner. And this could be my parting comment if you would like me, Marka. I guess you got the people here. And Senator
Just
Bill?
in a minute.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You just have a minute to end.
Oh, okay. I just have a minute. Okay, thank you. So, thank you, Marka. The minister will do all he can to give what all documents necessary to the Liberian Senate in line with the executive branch of the government, that is from the president's office. He's not doing something deliberately to say, oh, I'm refusing not to do this one. No, he is working on that simultaneously. And what I do respect from the Senate, especially Senator DeLong, is to be preaching about the increase of the minimum wage. Because as I said, you have to come up with to carry on the increment of you can't be having some Liberian working in store or other places for 143. When will that person work for 143 to build house or send your children to school? So I expected him to be preaching on those things.
Well,
so
you want for them to do another amendment to the labor law?
Of course, yes. That should be one of the things you should be talking about. You can't be having somebody who have days to be working for 143. What will 143 do for you? For Christ's sake, man. Do you know how labor? So that you be preaching on those things and forget about playing our role or how many foreign national in this country and this. At least when somebody a Liberian working for $400 to $500 as a minimum, they'll be able to build houses for themselves. They'll be able to build. Send their children to school. They'll be able to do this one, do the one for themselves, and talk about how many jobs. No. So thank you so kindly for giving all the invitation to come here and make some clarity on the issues that is happening and within the Senate, also within the labor set of our country. We are at the level of providing every necessary document to them, and we will do it in line with the law and in line with the executive branch of the government.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marka, and thanks to everyone.
Okay, yes, Darius Webin there. He's the Deputy Inspector General of Labor. He's been here this morning providing some clarity, especially concerning the citation issued to the minister to appear before the Senate, which coincided with the recent cabinet meeting. Well, we hope to bring you more. This is the TBS on Truth 96.7. 96.1 FM.
to so that your own self business is FASA Business Center. For more information, if you want to contact FASA Business Center, just call on our number 0777 38 78 50. Or if you want to know all about our school, which is the FASA Ara School of Excellence, you can contact us on our number 0886 357 062 or 0776 826 679. When the CEO of FASA Business Center asks you all plan and draft Ghana go ask you, just tell me that Liberian citizen John Flomo sent you.
Well, folks, welcome back to the Truth Breakfast Show here on Truth 96.1 FM, the heart and soul of Liberia. This is where national unity begins. Yes, so like we indicated in our lineup this morning, we have Mr. T. Wanoke Fangalo here this morning on the show. He's one of those vying for the vacant senatorial seat in Nemba County. So he's here this morning with us. The last time we had him on the show was by phone, but today he's in person. He's here in person. Good morning. It's great to have you this morning, Chief. Okay, he's trying to make some adjustment. I guess okay. Yes. Okay. Good. I guess you're getting me now.
Absolutely.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, and great to see you.
My pleasure always. This is like my home touch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, how is T. Wanoke Fangalo? It's been quite a while, though.
It's absolutely been quite a while, and I know my last interview with Oni Roberts was like about maybe 6 weeks ago or so, if not less. But I've been doing good. I've been following the political dynamics here in this country, and I've been developing a procedure, a path that will lead us to what I call the promised land.
The promised land.
Yeah.
Well, so just before we can go into your ambition and what you want to do for the people of Nimba and Liberia at large, tell us a bit about the man you want to replace. Tell us a little bit about what you know about the late Senator Johnson.
Wow. There's a lot to be said about the fallen hero from Nimba County, Senator Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson was a soldier. He was a senator. He was a leader. He was a father. And in my mind, he was a true redeemer of his people. Prince Johnson was an everyman, because to each individual person or group of persons, he was something else. But to us, the citizens of Nimba, and I believe that in this particular moment, the people of Nimba will give unanimous consent on this issue, that Prince Johnson was definitely their hero, and he was a man who was a towering figure in terms of the measure of leadership that he provided for his people.
Yes, that's good. Now, Mr. T. Wanoke Fangalo, tell us about your desire to enter into this race. When did you make this political calculation?
Wow, that is a significant question, because it's crazy. I had a conversation with a friend on November 27th. As a matter of fact, we have been having a series of conversations, but I clearly remember that particular conversation on the evening of November 27th. And he was like, "You are such a brilliant gentleman." And when we talk about people who have experience, who have education, who have decency, and who have the moral aptitude to lead in this country, you're one of those. Why don't you come to, and work in this government and serve your people? This is the night of November 27th. A friend from high school, and we went to college together, he had just reached out to me. He like, "T, I've been thinking about you." And he's in government. So I said, "I would think about it." He said, "Please submit your credentials. Send it to me, and I'll hand it to the president." I said, "I'll let you know tomorrow." And I woke up that tomorrow to the death of Senator Johnson.
Oh.
And I could not tell if the angels were speaking to me, because then my mind reflected on the conversation that I had with Senator Johnson on January 25th of last year. When I was contemplating running for the vacant seat, senatorial seat, when Jeremiah Coon, the vice president, won the election, he called me. Well, I called him first, and then he returned my call, and we talked. That's Senator Johnson. He said, Fagalo, do not run in this race. His voice was very clear. My lawyers were there, and the security was there. He said, Fagalo, do not run in this race. He said, you are a Gil man, I am a Gil man. I promised the people of Nimba that the senatorial leadership provided in this moment will be balanced, meaning there will be a Gil leader and a minor leader. So you are Gil, I'm Gil. Leave it alone. This moment in time is Jan's time. And the lawyers heard that conversation and they told me, wow, you cannot run against Prince Johnson's interests. Since January 25th. So reflecting on that conversation on November 28th, when I woke up to the death of Senator Johnson, it was difficult for me to dispute that the angels were speaking to me. The universe speaks in different ways. From the moment this government came to power, up to that day, I could have chosen to work in government. But I chose to sit on the sidelines and focus on my human rights activism and to also just look at what is going on in Liberia. But on the night that we had a conversation that the next day I should be submitting my credential, I wake up to a vacancy in Nimba County. So in my mind, it was time to reflect. It was time to pray and think about the legacy of the man, what Prince Johnson had done for Nimba County. And the only way you can honor such a man is to mark his death as an end of an era in which Nimba County went through so many different types of history. Look back at 1989, all the way up to the end of the war. You know, so many things happened over the years. And Prince Johnson was right at the heartbeat of it all. So that's why we look to him for so many years as our great leader. For such a man to pass, the county can only show appreciation for his leadership by definitely marking his death as an end of an era in which the foundation for a new Nimba was laid, an era in which true leadership, the way to lead your people, the way to fight for your people, the way to show real charismatic fighting spirit, all of that was demonstrated through the years by Prince Johnson. So we needed to mark his death as an end of era and to begin a new path for Nimba, building on the foundation that he laid. And to do that, we needed as a people to understand with unanimous consensus that we cannot continue with recycled politicians. We cannot continue with people who fought against Prince Johnson when he was here, when he walked the earth. We cannot continue with people who have had the opportunity to serve when Prince Johnson was alive. This is a moment when Nimba County must look in a new direction. And if we are to achieve the future that we so desire based on the sweat and the blood of those who came before us, if we are to achieve true Nimba County exceptionalism in this moment, we have to recognize with unanimous consent that anything that divides us must be put aside. And in my mind, the angels were speaking to me because how can you replace Prince Johnson with anything that has to do with somebody from the past? You have to understand that political partisanship has to be extracted from any process that has to do with replacement of Prince Johnson. You need a neutral figure. You need a man who is blameless. Nimba County needed a leader who has zero corruption history or record. Nimba County needed a leader who has not attempted, when given the opportunity to serve, and failed miserably. Many of the persons that have raised their hands in this moment, they've been given opportunity. They've let their people down. They made so many promises that were deferred. The conditions of the people that live around them in their very neighborhood, deplorable. And it should be a shame for many persons to raise their hands in this moment. And for this purpose, to the citizens of Nimba County that are listening to me out there, I will be an equal opportunity offender. For instance, my dear auntie, you've had an opportunity to serve. My dear auntie, you've had an opportunity to serve. If you could develop Nimba, you would have done it when you were superintendent. You could have traveled the world. You would have brought immeasurable private sector opportunity to the people of Nimba. But you met the people suffering. You left them suffering. You want to come back. To my dear Mr. Former district superintendent of district number 4, that will be Yellow. You had an opportunity to travel the world to show what.
You mean Garrison?
I'm talking about Garrison.
Yeah, Garrison is a representative of District 4. In fact.
District 4, yeah.
Yes.
So I'm saying he has had an opportunity. I'm trying to tell you that we need to understand clearly that to show respect for Prince Johnson, you have to mark his death as an end of era. And you cannot mark it with an end of era when there are people in this race who served while he was serving, people who criticized him, people who fought against him, one way or the other. So, dear Garrison Yelu, you've had an opportunity to develop Nimba County. People always say that to be a representative or a senator or something, your job is to focus on lawmaking, representation, blah, blah, blah. But a true leader can rise above that. A true leader can provide opportunity to his or her people. So Garrison Yelu, you've had the opportunity to develop district number 4 and beyond. Yet the people continue to struggle. And when you had an opportunity, you enrich yourself. So again, let's move on. Slide the right of district number 4 to Mr. Koga.
Okay, the current representative of District 5.
The current representative of Nimba County District number 5. I am speaking in this camera on national television to Sam Koga. There can be no much more disservice and dishonor than the path of this gentleman. You and Prince Johnson could not fit in the same party, for which you had to be removed from the MDR because you insulted the man time after time. You call this man that we revere a dictator. You said that he needed to be removed from Nimba politics. You said all of the most horrible things about this man when he walked the earth. You insulted the man. And on the day that you went to apologize to him, because you knew that your path in Nimba County for the future was narrow, you went to apologize, you got on your knee and said, "Sir, I'm sorry." And the moment he laid his hand to say, "Okay, apology accepted," you gain political capital in that moment. You capture a picture, you travel the world with it, the country, the nation, or the county with it, and say, "Prince Johnson raised my hand." You were on your knee begging this man, but you say he raised your hand. We've challenged you to show one photograph, one imagery from anywhere. If this man could enter Prince Johnson's grave now to take a picture with his hands up, he would do it and come back to us and say, "He just raised my hand." Prince Johnson did not raise your hand. When you lay that man's body on the dust and jump over it 3 times, that was hypocrisy of the highest degree. You've had the opportunity to serve. And he's always finding a way to cheat. He does not fight fair.
How?
This man, because he is so unremarkable in terms of how he has failed his people time after time, every time it's time for election, he crosses the border, he brings about 4,000 or 5,000 people from there.
Do you have record on that?
I don't have to bring record. We are telling you that we have received.
That's just a mere political statement.
You can call it a political statement. We are telling you that this is the report that we have received. As to you can do investigative journalism, you can go to look into that. We are telling you that these are the allegations that we have received. That this man does not fight fair. He's always looking for an opportunity to one up on somebody. So on the basis of that, he does not care about the development of his people. Another thing really quickly. Mr. Koga, I'm looking at you in this camera. If you care truly about Nimba County, you must understand that politics and campaign and elections divide people. So every time you go out there, brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and community leadership will be against each other in politics time. Our county has been through a lot. We just went through the general elections of 2023. And then when the vice president won that election, we replaced him in another election. That was a by-election. People are still reeling from what happened in politics time when people are campaigning against each other. So this is a moment, due to the unfortunate death of the senator, this is the moment that we all should recognize with unanimous consent that after this election, Nimba County is hurting. Nimba County needs a moment to heal. Nimba does not need another by-election. And anybody who thinks that another by-election is in the best interest of Nimba County, that person is a political figure, and that person is acting only in their political interest. And the people of Nimba County need to understand in this moment that we have to stand together to stop anyone who wants to lead us to another by-election for their own political benefit.
T1, okay, you are reputable for being human rights advocate and activist. How do you intend to align this with your political life?
This is how we got here. This is exactly how we got here. Over the last 17 years of my life, I've been fighting government in this town. I fought with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I wrote numerous articles in Front Page Africa, and we provided international partners with account on how this government dealt with people who they did not like.
Were you doing that because you had future political ambition?
I did that because, from my consciousness, it was the right thing to do. Somebody needed to speak for the ordinary people. I am the one sitting in your studio right now who went to jail 30 years ago. 30 years ago, I went to jail because I did not have a voice, because I could not fight for myself. I went to a place where there was a notice written, nobody goes there after 12 on Saturday. That was the only crime I committed in Danane, and I was arrested. And when I was in jail, I saw so many other young people who did not have voice. And many of those people perished in prison. Here in this country, there are so many people whose humanity has been taken away from them for crimes they did not commit. Those are people who needed a voice. Those are people who needed somebody to speak for them. For the last 17 years, I have been an international director for the Foundation for Human Rights Defense. We've been holding government accountable in this country. If you heard about the famous Joe Colette case, I am the one. It's my foundation that sued the Liberian government in the circuit court in Senegal for the violation of the rights of Joe Colette. It was on this air, 2FM, that I was speaking to O'Neill Roberts when this man's widow called me from Guinea, crying on WhatsApp video and saying, they killed my husband. They killed my husband. Fight for me, fight for me. I am telling you that throughout the length and breadth of Liberia, there are so many young people who are pre-trial detainees. They are in prison. Some have died in prison, and they do not have a voice. When we went to Bon County in 2022 to do an assessment of the prison condition there, we saw pre-trial detainees that have been there for over 8 years. The law says that you should not keep a man in prison for more than one term of court. We're talking about 3 to 4 months. Unless there is something in the line of an act of God, like some misery happened. The flood came and wiped away the court building, or something beyond the nation's control. That's the only time you should keep a man in prison without trial for up to 2 terms. We are telling you that fellow Liberians, during the 3 terms that Sam Koga has been leader in District Number 5, there has been pre-trial detainees, people in Senegal who did not commit adequate crime for those types of punishment, and there is nobody to speak for them. So in as much as we sue the government for violating the rights of people, we realize that a better way to actually effect change in this country and in our county is to sit at the table where the laws are made, to be partakers and not spectators in how the political structure, the process that affect the future of Liberia's children, how those processes are developed. We needed to be seated at the table. That's why and how we got here.
So sometimes we listen to Liberians, they say, well, good people come during election, we give them opportunity, but when they enter the legislature, they change. What do you say to that?
All of the candidates in this race combined, and those are people who have held leadership positions for years. All of them combined, they have not brought to this country the private sector investment opportunity that I have brought to this country. All combined.
What is the biggest?
And even with the money that they have exploited from the people, combined, they have used those money to buy big cars, build big homes for themselves. They have not done things in the way that I have done. I have not been here blowing the alarm on it because I have not done it for political expediency. Okay. I've done these things to help my people. Because when I walked out of that prison cell, that jail cell, in 1994, I told myself that from this moment on, anytime that I'm given the opportunity to serve my people, I will serve with honor. I will be the voice for the voiceless people. And the people of Nima County listening to me now, for me, there's a monumental opportunity in Nimba's history and also in Nimba's future. We have a moment here to try something new if we really truly want change. If we want to bring somebody to office that will work with a perspective that geared towards private sector investment opportunity. If you want a man in office who will travel the world and sit with leaders and discuss how renewable energy technology can come to Nimba, how we can extract water from the rivers and turn it into something that can enter pipelines and be delivered into your home. If we want a leader who can advocate for you and hold your government accountable for the abuse of your rights, you have a monumental opportunity right now.
Let's see an outlet of what package, what leadership package are you bringing, just in case the people of Nima decide to give you this opportunity, in terms of, if you want to call it your platform, but I want to call it the leadership package that you're bringing.
I would call it my pillows.
Okay.
My pillows. Those, first of all, education.
Okay.
When you talk about education, you know, I became a teacher, an educator 25 years ago. Many schools in the district around here, I taught them.
Okay.
I taught several schools. And the schools that I did not teach, many of them I prepared their students for WIAC. That's what I did in this country. And I worked for $10. In some instances, $12, United States dollar, because the rate was 50. So when you got 500 or 750, you know, at a time. I did that. And when we were given an opportunity to put students on our wall, like 2 students, I just looked in the class and saw the most, you know, individuals with less opportunity. And I helped them. I did that as far back as 25 years ago, as a part of my commitment to what happened to me and what I was going to do as a result of that when I left that jailhouse in Danane. And also, besides that, like I said, I've been the executive director of the Foundation for Human Rights Defense. We've been carrying on feeding programs. True FN has followed us for years. We've been carrying on feeding programs in so many communities. So, education. And as part of the education component, students cannot learn well when they are hungry. So while we are carrying on, giving opportunity to students to go to school, we also are giving them opportunity to be able to learn properly, you know, by feeding them. My foundation has been carrying on feeding program for years in this country. So education, you know, that's item number 1, pillar number 1. And then also the pillar number 2 will be healthcare. Healthcare. And also back on the issue of education, I'm building a university right here in Fendel. Okay. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to start the construction of 2 universities. In my father's home and in my mother's home in Nimba County. So that's how much, when we talk about education, that's how far we go. And the healthcare. So many people, a young girl I'll never forget from my hometown, died right here at the gates of Caddy Hospital. She went to JFK and they said there was no oxygen. With the minimum oxygen left in her body, she was going to Catholic. Right at the gate, oxygen got absolutely depleted and she died. These things are going on while our lawmakers are working for over $25,000, $30,000+ in terms of their actual salary and all of the benefits that come with it. And all the corruption money they get for signature.
I know you calculated that well before it be your expectation going to the Senate.
No, I sat here. You need to know me. I sat here with Christopher Salib in this studio. And I said to the people of District Number 3 in Montserrat County that if I won, and I signed a memorandum of understanding with them. Their lawyers were present, our lawyers were present, the police witness. And we said that if we won that seat, for the 6 years in office, the people, the District Development Council, the DDC, can take the salary. So I'm not in this for self-enrichment. I am a businessman. I've been helping people in this country for a very long time. And for me, it's absolutely deplorable that people will raise their hands for political offices only to enrich themselves. And the biggest and most powerful economists in the world, the richest people are not people who work in government. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, those are not government officials. Those are people who bring innovation, private sector investment opportunity, and give job opportunity to their kinsmen.
Yes, healthcare.
So healthcare. As part of our education project, we will also be working on bringing clinics, because, you know, when you have a school and you have a clinic attached, when a child is hurt or something happening, you can attend to that, at least, you know, for the preliminary treatment or whatever. Okay. And also, we will not only, look, when you become a lawmaker, there's opportunity. That's what I'm saying here. People need to open their eyes and stop saying, "Oh, the lawmaker's job is, oversight, representation, and lawmaking," and they have gotten so used to that. Anybody in this country can be sleepy and you wake them up. What's the lawmaker's job? Oh, lawmaking, oversight, and this and that. That's all they say. But a lawmaker can be a leader. Prince Johnson, building the university in Nimba was not part of his lawmaking function. He cared about his people. That man did not open his mouth one day in his church or on the radio without saying Nimba, 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 Nimba. And everybody in this country understood that. And they know that. To replace such a man, you have to detach yourself from political or political party, connections. Because if CDC person gets there, Unity Party person will be fighting them. If Unity Party person gets there, CDC people will be fighting them. If the communist, I don't know, he's still a political party.
PNC?
Yeah, that party still exists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when they get there, somebody else will be fighting them. So in my mind, you need an independent spirit. You need somebody who has the education, who has the qualification, who has the experience, who has the moral aptitude and the preparedness to lead. And that's the opportunity that I present to the people of Nimba. And to go and say, oh, in this moment we will vote because we will vote for this person because they're connected to our political party, you will be doing the biggest possible disservice to the county, especially when it comes to a person who should replace Prince Johnson.
Well, that is great. The last time when we spoke to you on the phone, you made a very strong statement. That statement, other political party leaders have been making that statement as well. Why do you want the vice president to remain neutral in this election?
Ooh.
The current vice president.
Oh.
Do you still stand by that statement?
Well, he will come to Nimba to campaign.
Do you still stand by that statement that Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn should remain neutral in the Nimba by-election?
I needed him to be neutral. I needed him to be neutral. But he explained to me. And I understand his reason.
You spoke with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I understand his reason.
Did he say he will not remain neutral?
I don't think he will be neutral. I think he will go there to campaign for his party. He belongs to a political party. He is the second highest ranking public official or government official in this country. So he will come there to Nimba to campaign.
Are you disappointed that he will be campaigning?
I wish he wouldn't do that. But we will be threading our path. We will be there with our own microphone. And we will be telling the people of Nimba County that to elect or to choose Sam Coker in this moment to replace Prince Johnson. When the first, think about this man, Prince Johnson, could not fit in the MDR. This man had to be expelled or he had to remove himself from MDR. Take a moment to think about that. Okay? This man goes around him and says, Prince Johnson lifted his hand. We are asking you to show one image, even from 20 years ago. In the last 20 years, show one image where Prince Johnson lifted your hand. He don't have it. He goes around.
Does that disqualify him from replacing Prince Johnson?
In my mind, the lack of moral consciousness. The lack of, when you go to speak to a people, you have to understand that you have a professional obligation to be truthful to the people. And when you lie in the face of the people, then you are no different from Joseph Goebbels. Joseph Goebbels was the German propagandist who worked for Adolf Hitler. He said the truth don't matter. Believability is all that matters. If you can speak something and make your people believe it, that's all that matters. You don't have to be truthful. Just find a way to make them believe it. He's going around saying to the people of Nimba that he's Prince Johnson family. Lie number one. He's going around saying that by tradition he should jump over the body. Lie number two.
Are you disputing that he's related to Senator Prince Johnson?
He's not. No, come on, man. He's not related to Prince Johnson. They don't have blood connection. Well, all the people at Nimba are connected or were connected to Prince Johnson. But they don't, I'm saying blood connection. Biological connection. No, that don't exist. He knows that. So, the tradition says, I am from Nimba. My father was Mighty Fangalo.
We need to ask more questions about that.
We can come to that. My father was Mighty Fangalo. My mother is Doris Wanake. So I'm from two sides of Nimba. From the Belige side, which is, the Gil Belt, and from the Mana side. I understand and I know very well Nimba tradition on both ends. If there was somebody, the rightful person, the heir apparent, to jump over that body, it should have been Prince Johnson's bloodline, his first son. Number one. Number two, such a display of tradition cannot be done for political expediency. So it's complete hypocrisy. You cannot say, oh, the camera ready? 1, 2, okay, your camera ready? You don't do that. You are trying to gain benefits. And then he captured that moment, and then he went and took it to the Unity Party people and said, oh, you see, the elders have endorsed me, so y'all got to endorse me. Oh, Prince Johnson's wife, oh, the elders say I can do this, so y'all. And he went and collected all of these different endorsements. He even went back to people that he fought against in that district for the district seat. And he said, y'all got to endorse me, the elders have endorsed me. So for me, this measure here, this man has never talked about his qualifications. The only thing he says is you know, I feel like the elders want me. I'm entitled to it. What will you bring to Nimba County as a leader? The way Prince Johnson fought all his life for the people of Nimba County in a different way. We are in a new era now. There's so many opportunities to travel the world. This man's history of corruption is remarkable. I believe that if the man was elected,
you have any record of
we
his?
are giving you allegations. I am not an investigative journalist. I'm not practicing investigative journalism. You are the one who should say to the people of Nimba and Liberia, oh, we heard they were going to look into it. My job is to come here to tell you what we have heard. I've said he has been accused. He has been accused.
By whom?
By the people of Nimba. He's been accused by the people of Nimba for corruption. First of all, here's another corruption. When you go to the Capitol building, in a moment when your people are struggling, what's the bill? What's the bill item that has been put on the table by Sam Koga or any lawmaker to say it is not okay to make the money that we make now while our people suffer? There's somebody who cares about the future of their county and their country, who looks at the Liberia economy and when you descend on Liberia, Monrovia, you see absolute blackness. Absolute blackness in terms of the insufficiency of electrical power. You see that schools are in dilapidated conditions. You see hospitals cannot meet the needs of people. You see the road connectivity is absolutely deplorable.
You sound like you fear Koga.
Fear Koga. I sound like I'm ready to beat him. I sound like I'm ready to beat him. I'm sounding like I'm ready to surprise him. I'm sounding like I'm depending on the sufficiency of the people of Nimba. There are people who are betting on the idea that, oh, Nimba people will vote traditionally. I'm betting on the student leadership of Nimba County who understand what relates to the future to go back home to their people and say, today I listened to two events and I heard a man speak. And that man is unique in every way. And that man talk about the future of Nimba and he talk about the history of Nimba. And that man talk about his record in human rights. And that man talk about the construction of university that he's carrying on here and the university that he will build in Nimba. And this man is different and I want us to go for him.
So
that's how I sound.
Somebody is asking, what have you done in Nimba?
I just said that I am the only citizen of Nimba in modern times, as far as I can remember, who told the Liberian government, when George Weah was president, I said to them in 2021, you have been violating human rights in this country, but now you have murdered a man on Nimba County soil. There is no better way to fight for Nimba than to defend the lives of the people of Nimba. Go to the Supreme Court now, ask for Toba T. Wanake Fangalo versus Republic of Liberia. And come back and tell me whether in that time you saw Sam Koga versus Republic of Liberia. Whether you saw Garrison Yelu versus Republic of Liberia. Whether you saw Ide Gonglo versus Republic of Liberia. And Tai Wongbe, thank you for dropping out of the race. Rodan Duo, thank you for dropping out of the race. You guys have done a great service to the people of Nimba County. You do not want to divide the county further. But I am telling you, when you go to search for somebody from Nimba versus Republic of Liberia, you will see me. My name is on the Supreme Court of Liberia docket for fighting for the citizens of Nimba County. And I am telling you, that is now history. Let's talk about future. I am telling you that in the next couple of weeks, we will begin the construction of 2 universities simultaneously in my father's home and in my mother's home. What else can anybody from Nimba County say to be done? When I sued the government 2 years ago, was it the Boostman campaign? No, this is in me. It started 30 years ago. Find a way to do something.
And the project will continue after the election.
Absolutely.
Whether you win or not.
Absolutely. I'm going to win. I am going to win. But whether I win or not, yes, the project will continue.
Yes, well, we have with us T1OK Fangalo here this morning, one of those vying for the vacant seat in Nema County, the senatorial seat. Um, yes, so he's here this morning. Let's pick some calls. 0770-202579, 0770-202579 is the number you can call. But while we await the calls, let's ask. People talk about inclusion. Let's hear you talk a little bit about inclusion. When you talk about inclusion, women, the young people, and the elders in your leadership style, what do you think about inclusion?
When you talk about inclusion, when you talk about women participation, when you talk about human rights, when you talk about leadership, I am your guy. I have not come here to be braggadocious. I have not come here to brag about uh, any type of opportunity that I have that somebody does not have. I am an ordinary man. I'm just one of the young boys you see down here who are striving for opportunity. But 20 years ago, I had that opportunity. Somebody gave it to me. And when I traveled, I educated myself, and I came back to this country. And I began advocating for equality in this country. My foundation, the Foundation for Human Rights Defense,
Mhm.
in my office, is mostly women. Even in my businesses in the United States, my immediate staff that are next to me are mostly women. I have shown through my body of work that women empowerment and giving opportunity to women is the way for the future.
Okay, so let's go you there and take the calls. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yes, please stay. Yeah, please stay away from your monitor. Stay away from your monitor, please. We are having a feedback, which is not good. Please
Yeah, okay. I think you can hear me now.
go ahead. You have just 1 minute, please.
Yeah, first of all, I want to bless the Honorable T1OK. I want to pronounce my blessing upon him. He's such a good and wonderful man. I believe he's capable enough. And I pray that my people will vote for him because he's capable. And in respect of the fact that others are running, we try him. We give him the opportunity because he's the best person, I believe.
Okay, you believe he's the best person. Yeah, let's stick to time. Go ahead. Good morning.
Robert Daju from Johnsonville, Painesville.
Okay.
Yeah, the Honorable in studio was saying something very important that we are recycling politicians and we're taking people of the old order and we're doing the same thing over and over. But I see that he himself is doing the same thing also because if you look at before election, then you come into the hospital and schools and these things, and all politicians does that. Most of them.
He has other initiatives in the country. You just announced that what will be happening in Nimba.
Yeah, that's the same pattern. 2 weeks now, coming starting now because election coming now, so he's starting in 2 weeks. So why should these people always play us? He's a good man. I've been following him and listening to him since this morning. He's been talking a lot of good things. Yeah. But why should they use the same method? Why there's no different thing? They can use another name, they use the same method. So they could see that they come and trick us. They always want to trick us.
Okay. Yes, that's what you there. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a one okay. Good morning to Marka and Marka and the police.
Yes, go ahead.
That's your way. I'm one of these card holder of Dima County, most district Mona.
Okay.
And I want to say thanks ever so much for it. They still get us exposed what he said. I really admire it. And it's true that we are many a time we export and father will continue to carry on the recycling politician. But my point here is that I want him not to just do it in Monrovia yet. In the county, as I speak to you, most of the people they not really know he's not famous. And let him try to come down, do the big English thing when I have he's a good lawmaker. As I see him, I said people are telling me about him. I said a lot of things about him. But you need to come down to our level. Thank you.
Come down to your level. I don't understand anyway, but yes, 0770202579. This caller right here. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, we can get that color. That's too. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know why. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please stay away from the noise, please.
Okay, good morning, Marka. Thank you this morning for the privilege that gave me to be part of your
Go ahead. You have just a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Let me first appreciate regarding still. I think it's supposed to lengthily. Honorable Samuel Koga should complete what he started in the vicinity. You can't tell me you cook bad food in a way and you expect someone else to come and eat it. Honest, according to that, it's not even people that are making sure saying you can't love because in the market.
You been to Nima?
Yeah, I've been myself now.
You been to District 5?
I've been to Campley side with them. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what that people have been doing to prove the people to have been put there. But let me ask my son brother instead there. So when you sitting on top of the fence, you don't observe all this time that happened in the past now. Now you are coming there. Will not be the same thing. Will not be wine, no bottle, because after you have spoken a lot of this thing, or I mean you are just able to get a power. That's my concern.
Okay. We'll take at least 3 more calls. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Morning. Go ahead.
This 5 years due for FCC.
Okay.
You know, Marka, politicians will always make the mistake. Whenever you go to the people to campaign, you say, oh, you got to coordinate your opponent name, even the person who doesn't know that person, who doesn't know them. So I came for me, like in labor now, what I'm seeing now is the candidates are there going against Samuel Kuga. So I came for me.
Yeah, because they say they don't want to buy election.
And let me say thank you when the still get some commercial allegation against Samuel Kuga, but then has no proof to prove that he is opposing to any commercial allegation. I think that's bad. You don't come up with information that is not good to our people.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Morning.
My name is Nehemiah. I'm calling you from Penzi.
Okay.
So I want to commend the studio guest for his expose, but I have a concern, Marka. The Honorable is saying that he actually has a mind to transform Nima. I am concerned. He who has the mind of Nima, how long has he been thinking of finding solutions to Nima when he just contested and lost in district number 3 and wanting to contest? But isn't it that he's trying to fit another opportunity because he lost from Nimba? He lost in district number 3 and he wants to now get the space in Nimba saying it's another bad election there. How can we not trust his genuinity because he's somehow unstable? Why is it that he has not been focusing on Nimba? Thank you.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning, my name is Grace Closer. I come from Congo.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to tell Mr. Wallace, thank you so much for everything that he said. I hope imagine put him there as a senator, everything he's saying he will do it. And for Mr. Koga, let him just remain the way he is. Because even if they disqualify him myself on the Makande, or you going for our home, all way to the bridge that they to pass. And I even see him in District 5. Nothing is for the
when last you were in District 5?
They went January when I went out to bury my sister. My sister died January 6th. I care about it. They should find a bury her. I was even the bridges, the car will carry it. The people have to push it. There's so small bridge that even it's supposed to be a hammer, people have to push a car to pass. So and I even see the hammer in District 5. So then he just remained the way he is. And we now want by election in District 5. The money the people election commission get by election everything for other things.
Okay. Good morning. You can't do this, man. Morning, go ahead.
I'm fine.
Cool. Yes. Okay, your question is answered. Me tell the last caller. This is the last caller now. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, studio.
Morning, go ahead.
Thank you. Even I call it for chicken soup factory. I'm so much interested in the program. I want to be very grateful to your studio guests. It's Honorable Fangalo to be. I sorry I'm not a citizen of Nima, but if I wish I should be a citizen of Nima County, it should be one of those that will really advocate for him to go into that house in order to represent, to be the voice of Nima, because the man has spoken everything out for his mind. But my you, Liberians, sometimes we choose, popularity over competency. It's very unfortunate. Please, if the people of Nima are listening to me, I would love you to vote for your son who is in studio. He has told you all he is willing to do. Please make him your leader, and to God be the glory. He will deliver unto his promises. Thank you very much, studio guys. God bless you.
Okay, God bless you too. For me, I'm son of the Labour Baptist Deacon, so I bless you. Chief, you listen to the callers. We can just use because we're almost into our radio time, so I will just allot 3 minutes to you so that we can close this interview, please.
To the people of Nimba County, in this moment in time, we can follow a new direction. Of all of the things I've said here today, one that stands out the most that I want you to pay attention to. If you care about Nimba County, you have to remember that it is very important to avoid another by-election in Nimba. All election does is that it divides our people. There should only be a by-election in a scenario like this unfortunate death that have happened to us. But for somebody to be given an opportunity to serve, and rather than use that opportunity to improve the life of their people, they want more power, just power and power and power for themselves. This is not good. District 5 you're talking about, I've been there on multiple occasions. If you are talking about places in Nimba with the worst road condition, District 5 will be number 1 or number 2. This is the place where the representative has been the leader there, and he looks in the faces of the people and tells them, you like it, you don't like it, I will win. This is the measure of petulance and arrogance that we are up against. This is the man who does not fight fair. This is the man who went and skipped over Prince Johnson body back and forth and used that video to win endorsement from the president of the Republic of Liberia. He does not fight fair, so that he can use government resources.
Has the president endorsed anyone?
Well, we will see very soon. We will see whether or not. But what I'm telling you is this. The facts are the facts. When Sam Koga should be arguing to reduce lawmakers' salary so that the excess money can be used to repair hospitals and schools, he's using it to buy big cars for himself. People of Nimba, especially students of Nimba County, I'm counting on you in this moment. With the 1 minute left to go, I am asking you to take a stand in this moment, to fight for what is. We know that this is going to be an uphill battle because pretty much all of government access will be granted to him, possibly.
How?
Well, because he is now going as the candidate for the ruling party via MDR. He came back to MDR when Prince Johnson died. We are appealing to the citizens of Nimba, especially Nimba students.
Why making it emphasis he came back to the MDR?
I was on I was trying to wrap up on this and then you came in. Okay. We are speaking to the students of Nimba County. They are the ones who actually understand this issue.
Okay.
Our opponents are betting on the fact that Nimba people are not aware that Nimba people vote traditionally, that Nimba people vote on name recognition. That's what they are betting on. But we are betting on the students of Nimba who will listen to the debate. When last time Koga came to your studio or any studio in the Republic of Liberia and talk about his qualification? Unfortunately for this man, we'll have to put him on a debate stand and cross-examine him on the basis of qualification. That day, on the day of debate, now you will belong to us, Mr. Koga. You will belong to us because now you'll be standing versus a man who has taken the years to prepare himself, to educate himself, not with government money, but with sweat of family and friends. You will have to answer a question once and for all. Why should Nimba County go to another by-election? Of almost 500,000 people that we have in that county, why is it that only you should be elected to office all the time while the people continue to suffer? Thank you, Mr. Davis, and thank you to Chu Evan. whatever happened in this election, you guys will continue to be my family. I built this relationship for several years now, and it will continue.
Thank you. Thank you for always coming to our call.
Thank you.
Well, yes, you just listened to him. He's T1OK Fangalo, one of the contestants for the vacant senatorial seat in Nimba County, an independent candidate for that matter. He says the people at Nimba should not go for any political party candidate this time around because there will be division based on political lines. They should elect an independent person to replace Senator Johnson. He calls it the end of an era to begin with a new one. So my name is Marka Davis O'Neill Roberts. Arthur Bola has been here behind the cameras, and it's been a wonderful time. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for following us this morning. We'll be here tomorrow with another edition of the TBS. This is your favorite morning breakfast show. My name is Marka Davis. Bye-bye.